were born to shine.
You're now tuned in to the Sade Champagne Show, brought to you by GrindHard Radio.
That's right. The Sade Champagne Show. That's right. Every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 7:30. We live. Celebrity guest interviews, segments on health, wellness, fashion, entrepreneurship, spirituality, and more. Sade Champagne. Sade Champagne Show.
Good evening, everyone. That was Mandisa with Overcomer. It's Sade Champagne, and welcome to episode 7 of the Sade Champagne Show on GrindHard Radio. Every episode is available on iTunes. Search the Sade Champagne Show, and you can download them for free. Also, my Sade Champagne YouTube channel is another place where you can listen to the show afterwards. Thanks to everyone who's been tuning in from all around the globe. You can listen to us live every Wednesday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific on your mobile devices at 323-693-3043 or at blogtalkradio.com/grindhard_radio. I've also posted the direct link to this episode on my Twitter and Facebook pages so you can tune in at any time. Thank you to Travis Miller for creating and producing my show's theme song and to Scott Swoosh for mixing it. If this is your first time listening, I'm a professional musical artist, performer, inspirational speaker, and entrepreneur. I have created, directed, and executive produced almost 200 charitable and inspirational events, including my popular Power of a Dream tour. I love mentoring, coaching, being authentically myself, and using my platform to encourage, empower, and bring out the gold and treasure that is already in others. Tonight's celebrity guest is MTV, VH1, Red Carpet, and more host, actress, and philanthropist Amy Pathrath. She's a dear friend of mine. She has starred and guest starred on many popular shows and movies, including Jersey Shore and Hot in Cleveland. Also, we have a special guest interview with Jim Dre Westbrook, who is also known as the Worth the Wait guy. He's been featured on the Steve Harvey's talk show, Essence, and Ebony magazines, among others. Also featuring rising star and one of my proteges, Lauren Braganza, for the new artist Spotlight segment. She has garnered millions of views on YouTube, and she recently performed at the Staples Center in Dodger Stadium. We also have a great segment scheduled for tonight from our cast, and you'll have the opportunity to chat with Amy Pathrath and Jim Dre Westbrook live on air after their interviews. Last week's episode was phenomenal and brought empowerment to so many people. I encourage everyone to check out last week's show. I have lots of speaking engagements and performances coming up. Check out my Facebook page, Sade Champagne, to see my full schedule. My Power of a Dream tour is always booking new shows and performances. Next week we will be in Tulare County and Ventura County. We love traveling, and if you're looking to bring my Power of a Dream tour or any of our award-winning, critically acclaimed artists or speakers to your city or event, please email me at SadeChampagneMusic@gmail.com. Once again, that's SadeChampagneMusic@gmail.com for more details. Lastly, thank you to everyone who's been watching, sharing, and subscribing to all my new videos. I'm constantly writing new pieces and creating new songs, and I'm going to be going into the recording studio soon. To find out more about my musical journey and how you can be involved, fundme.com/Sade Champagne Music. Once again, that's gofundme.com/Sade Champagne Music. I will be live tweeting and posting on Facebook all show long, and I want to know your thoughts. Tweet me at Sade Champagne. My name is spelled SadeChampagne. Facebook me at Sade Champagne. Instagram me at IAmSadeChampagne, or hashtag Sade Champagne Show or GHR to join in the conversation. Shout out to everyone who's already been tweeting me, Facebooking me, Instagramming, YouTubing, emailing me. You guys' support is so amazing, and I am forever thankful to each and every one of you. We never take any of our listeners for granted and anyone who supports us for granted. It's such a privilege and honor to be with you guys. And so now we're going to get ready for our first segment of the night. Our first segment of the night is Wellness Made Simple with Veronica. Join certified holistic life coach, clinical aromatherapist, and inspirational speaker Veronica Esquivel-Winters to get some easy and practical tips on how to start living a holistic life. She brings unity to your mind, body, and spirit. Hashtag Wellness Made Simple to ask her your health and wellness questions and join in the conversation.
Hi, my name is Veronica Esquivel-Winters, and welcome to the Wellness Made Simple segment. I hope everybody is having an amazing week. Today, on Wellness Made Simple, we're going to be talking about oil pulling. What is oil pulling? What are the benefits of oil pulling? And how do we oil pull? Well, oil pulling, also known as Kavala Graha or Gandusha, is an ancient Ayurvedic dental technique. Oil pulling, the practice of swishing oil around in your mouth for up to 20 minutes, has been in use for thousands of years. In India, people credit oil pulling with a range of cures such as reducing all manners of aches and pains to even reversing heart disease. Studies show that ingesting certain kinds of oil has a pulling effect on other oil and fat-soluble toxins like heavy metals and pesticides, drawing these substances from the fatty tissue of the body. Here are some key benefits to oil pulling. First, it whitens our teeth. The oil possesses natural antibiotics and antiviral properties that brightens and cleans our teeth. It also detoxes the body. Germs in the body cause inflammation and leads to disease and illness in turn. The gateway to the body for contamination is our mouth, so by removing the toxins at the source is very key. It also increases our energy. How many of us can use a little bit more energy? Well, when our immune system is put hard to work removing toxic waste from our bodies, it drains us from our energy. Removing them by oil pulling lowers the amount of work our body has to do to function, which allows us to have more energy. It also reduces headaches. Headaches can occur when our bodies are under toxic stress. It's nature's way of asking for a time out. When we eliminate bacteria from our body via oil pulling, headaches can be avoided. It also aids in hormonal changes. When our bodies don't have to compete with foreign substances, hormones can behave as they should, functioning to their best ability and staying balanced. It also promotes oral hygiene. Oil pulling is very effective at reducing tooth cavities, bad breath, and plaque-induced gingivitis. It also helps clear our skin. Oil pulling even benefits your skin by removing toxins that would otherwise make it to your bloodstream. Rashes and skin issues often reduce dramatically or even clear up. I hope by now you are very excited to find out how to oil pull. Here are 2 simple mixtures you can easily make at home. I highly suggest getting all your items needed 100% organic. What you will need for the first mixture is as follows: half a tablespoon of organic uncooked cold-pressed sesame oil, half a tablespoon of organic cold-pressed coconut oil, and 1/4 teaspoon organic ground turmeric, and go ahead and blend it all together. For the second mixture, all you need is organic raw cold-pressed coconut oil. You want to go ahead and oil pull first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Take either 1 tablespoon of the first blend or 1 tablespoon of the coconut oil. You only need to choose one. Go ahead and swish the oil around in your mouth without swallowing it. Move it around in your mouth and through your teeth as if it was mouthwash for 10 to 20 minutes. The goal is to swish for 20 minutes. If you spit out before 20 minutes, go ahead and just start over. After the 20 minutes is up, spit oil out and rinse your mouth with warm water. Then go ahead and follow with brushing. You can use just your toothbrush or a natural fluoride-free toothpaste. And there you go. It's that simple. For some that are starting, 20 minutes might feel like a long time. I usually like to do other things as I'm pulling and just set my timer so I know when the time is up. Just like with all detoxing, make sure to drink your water intake, preferably alkalized water. I hope you enjoyed this segment of Wellness Made Simple. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me on Instagram at Elevate Holistic Life, or you can email me at elevateholisticlife@gmail.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Veronica Esquivel-Winters with Wellness Made Simple on the Sade Champagne Show on GrindHard Radio. Be sure to join in every Wednesdays at 6 to 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. Till next time, cheers to your health. Hi, my name is Veronica Esquivel-Winters, and I'm the founder of Homegrown Juicery. At Homegrown Juicery, our passion is to provide you with the best quality organic, raw, cold-pressed juice. We are proud to say that our juices are always 100% organic and raw. Visit us on Instagram and Facebook under Homegrown Juicery to find us at a farmer's market near you. We are Homegrown Juicery, and we are keeping it real. This is Veronica Esquivel-Winters from the Wellness Made Simple segment, and thank you for listening to the Sade Champagne Show on GrindHard Radio.
All right, welcome back to the show, everyone. That was so entertaining and interesting. Veronica gives such amazing and valuable information, and I know that I'm going to start oil pulling after listening to that. We're going to bring our first guest into the show. She's calling into the studio right now. This is our new artist Spotlight segment. This will be our second ever artist we featured for this. Our first one we featured was Tri-C a few weeks ago, and now I am so enthusiastic to feature this amazing young lady tonight. And her name, okay, so first tell you guys, the new artist Spotlight is where I highlight some of my favorite up-and-coming artists. These performers are well on their way to being household names. And so tonight, we are featuring a dear friend of mine and one of my proteges, Lauren Berganza. She is a 15-year-old musical artist, songwriter, actress, dancer, and philanthropist. She's one of the most phenomenal young women that I know. The way that she loves and encourages people is so amazing. You think to yourself, like, how can you be only 15 years old and she's able to play music by ear and to be able to just be who she is and such an encouragement to people, and I'm making sure we have her in the studio right now. Let me just double check right now. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you guys, as I mentioned, a little bit about her. She's a 15-year-old musical artist, songwriter, actress, dancer, and philanthropist. She's performed at the Hollywood Hard Rock Cafe, Dodger Stadium, Staples Center, Jackie Robinson Stadium, and Poly Pavilion in front of thousands. She has recently placed 7th at Ryan Seacrest's cover competition singing All of Me. And she is by John Legend, and that's such a popular song. She's garnered millions of views on YouTube, hashtag New Artist Spotlight to join in the conversation. I'm actually we want to get her into the studio right now. I think this is her number. Here's her right here. We want to double check. Hi, Lauren, is that you?
Hi, Sade.
Yay, we got you into the show. Lauren,
Yay.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. I didn't see you in the studio at first, and then I'm glad we got you in here. So I was giving you like an extra long intro. I wanted to bring you in a couple minutes earlier so we could talk longer. So you guys,
Yay.
Lauren is one of my proteges, and she is such a dear friend of mine. Even though she's only 15, she's an old soul, and she reminds me of myself when I was her age, and she's just a phenomenal young woman. So I'm excited for you guys to hear a little bit more about her and for us to chat tonight. So, Lauren, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I miss you so much. I can't wait to see you soon. We are ecstatic to feature you on our new artist spotlight segment on the Sade Champagne Show.
I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. So when were you first interested in the entertainment industry?
When I was about 4 years old, I started singing, and, I started singing for, local events, charities, and that's when I knew, I wanted to sing.
And so how did you know that you wanted this to be your life?
What was that?
How did you know that you wanted this to be your life?
Basically, I wanted to inspire other people, Anything I can do, they can do too.
That's so good. And I love that about you, because you're one of the most encouraging and positive people I know. You use your platform to be able to make a difference, and that's one of the things I love so much about you. So,
thank you.
Were your family and friends supportive of your dream?
Yes, especially my mom. She would always drive me to places, encourage me, stuff like that. So I'm very grateful for all that support. Because without them, I wouldn't be where I am right now.
Yeah, your mom is so supportive and such an encouraging person.
Yeah.
She's so awesome. So,
thanks.
what are some of the challenges you have faced in your career, and how do you overcome or face them?
Some of the challenges, I would say, people putting me down, saying I can't do this, I can do that, but you shouldn't listen to them. Don't let them get in the way. Don't let them distract you. Yeah.
That's so good. And it's funny because, you're one of the most talented people that I know, and I want to encourage you guys on this. Lauren is like me. She has never won first place in a talent competition. And I'm telling you, you guys will hear it when she sings live for you at the end of this feature, and when we play one of her one of her live video covers, you're going to be surprised that she's never won first place. And me neither. People are always shocked. But we're here to encourage you that you don't have to win first place to come out on top.
Yep.
And so we want to encourage you in that. So what are you most proud of, Lauren?
I'm proud of my achievements, like singing, as you said, Dodger Stadium and the Clipper game. Those were like one of my big performances.
And I think it's so cool to me, too, because it's like, you are an example that you've gone even beyond some of the things I've done as a performer, and that to me is a great joy, because I feel like when you mentor someone, when you are an encourager to someone, you want them to do more than you. You want them to do better in the sense of you want their dreams to be grander, and so I get encouraged by being able to help you in your dreams and to see how far that you're going and just be alongside you and cheering you on.
Yeah.
So how do you handle negativity and stress?
Usually I just sing it out. Like, singing is my way of expressing myself, so I'll just let it out by singing or playing some piano.
And you learned how to play piano by ear?
Yes.
So what did you do? Did you just pick up the instrument and just started playing it?
Well, I did take lessons, but it wasn't something that I took for a long time. But I did start playing by ear, and I learned that way, and it was much easier for me. So, yeah.
And what other instruments do you play?
I play guitar and the ukulele.
What? That is so cool.
Yes.
And which instrument do you enjoy the most?
I would say piano, because I know how to play it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And what music do you like to typically play on the piano?
I play pop. I love pop.
You love pop, but you got a big soulful voice.
Yep.
So, how do you stay confident while working in industries that have been known to tear people down?
I always try to think positive. Yeah.
So give us an example, like what that would look like for you. Like if you go to an audition, or even if you dealt with that school with being bullied, give us some details or a story of what that would look like.
Well, sometimes I get nervous when I go to auditions, so I just think, everyone's the same, they're not going to judge you. If you make it, you make it, Yeah.
That's really. And so you say when people are, when people try to tear you down, you just don't, you focus in more on the people who care about you and who love you?
Yeah, because those people don't matter. They're just jealous of you. So you should just focus and surround yourself with people who make you happy.
That's good. Like you said, to surround yourself with people who will make you happy and who will support you. That's huge.
Yep. Yeah.
So what are your current projects that you're working on?
I'm currently working on more songwriting, new songs. Hopefully I'll release an album. Yep.
Oh, my gosh. That's my girl. Because, I've been wanting you to write more songs. I'm like, please write. And let other people help you if you want to. But I don't care, as long as you write and get out what's in your heart.
Yeah.
So
songwriting,
what are some of the types of songs? Go ahead.
The type of songs that I'm writing, like mainly like life experiences about my life and other people's lives that people can relate to, stuff like that.
That's so phenomenal. And what age were you when you wrote your first song?
I wrote my first song, which was called Music in My Heart. I think I was 11 years old.
Yes, I do remember that. I wanted to confirm, though, but I was like, I think I remember you saying at 11 you wrote your first song.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I'm so proud of you, and I'm glad that you are writing new songs. And before, as we wrap up and have you get ready to sing and we play one of your cover videos, I would love for you to share some words of wisdom and encouragement with up-and-coming entertainers.
Okay, so if there's people that ever try to bring you down, just, be yourself and don't surround yourself with those people. Always be positive. Always be confident in yourself. You have to believe in yourself first, or no one will believe in you.
That's so good. And can you sing a little bit of something live for us? We got your Adele cover we're going to play. So if you can sing a little something live for us. This is our first live performance on the Sade Champagne Show. Lauren Braganza. Right.
I'll be singing Love Yourself by Justin Bieber.
Sure.
For all the times that you rain on my parade, and all the clubs you get in using my name, you think you broke my heart, oh girl, for goodness sake. You think I'm crying on my own, well I ain't. And I didn't want to write a song, 'cause I didn't want anyone thinking I still care but don't. But you still hit my phone up, and baby I've been moving on, and I think it should be something I don't want to hold back. Maybe you should know that my mama don't like you, and she likes everyone. And I never like to admit that I was wrong. And I've been so caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on, and now I know I'm better save it on my own. 'Cause if you like the way you look that much, oh baby, you should go and love yourself. And if you think thank you.
Give it up for Lauren Braganza.
And if you thanks.
Yeah,
and
okay,
if you think
we'll have you stop there.
Sorry.
I know we had you stop and
okay.
going. It's okay. That's a true singer right there, because she's ready to keep going. I'm the same way. So, Lauren, we're going to wrap up your interview right now and play your new cover song. Let people know where they can follow you on social media.
On Facebook, you can follow me or friend me at Lauren Braganza. On Twitter, also Lauren Braganza. My YouTube is Lauren Braganza Music, and my Instagram is also Lauren Braganza. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lauren. I've had such a pleasure having you here tonight.
Thank you.
I'm glad we got you into the studio. Everyone, we're going to play a bit of her cover right now that you can listen to and watch on YouTube. This is Lauren Braganza's cover of Adele's When We Were Young. And stay tuned to the Sade Champagne Show on GrindHard Radio, because right after this, we are going to be interviewing Amy Paffrath, one of my favorite people in the whole world, besides Lauren, of course. And so I'm going to bring her into the studio in a few minutes. So good night, Lauren, and we're going to play your song right now. All right, everyone, we're back in the show, the Sade Champagne Show on GrindHard Radio. That was Lauren Braganza with her cover of Adele's When We Were Young. We have our celebrity guest in the studio right now. We're going to bring her in. She is a dear friend of mine, Amy Paffrath. Make sure you call 323-693-3043 to chat with Amy and me on air at the end of this interview. She will be answering your questions. She's an MTV, VH1, Red Carpet, and more host, actress, and philanthropist who is originally from St. Louis, Missouri. She has a degree in broadcast journalism from the University of Missouri-Columbia. She has starred and guest starred on many popular shows and movies, including I Kiss a Vampire, The Daily 10, Jersey Shore, Hot in Cleveland, Two Broke Girls, and Dating Naked. She dedicates a lot of her time, resources, and gifts to support charitable causes and organizations. Amy will be answering a few of your questions live on air after this interview. Call 323-693-3043 to chat on air with Amy and ask her your questions. Once again, that's 323-693-3043. And make sure you press 1 so we can bring you on air. Amy, how are you doing?
Sade, I'm so good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I feel like we talk all the time because we are constantly connected on Facebook, but it's great to hear your beautiful voice.
Ditto. I know you're always dropping such beautiful pieces of wisdom and spirituality that really just speak to me. And I know that we're really connecting on such a different level, but it is great to actually hear your voice. Our souls talk a lot, but our voices don't. So it is great to be on air with you. I'm so proud of you too. Congratulations on this. This is such a great platform for you, and I love what you're doing because you're so positive and so wonderful and so inspiring. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad to have you as a celebrity guest on the Sade Champagne show tonight.
Well, I am happy to be here. It is my absolute pleasure.
So when did your interest first spark in entertainment, and how did you know that you wanted this to be your life?
It was very early on, honestly. I grew up doing gymnastics, and part of that was performance, and I really loved being in front of a crowd. I knew that I thrived under pressure because things that I could do, I couldn't do certain things in practice, but then when we went to competition, I suddenly could do it. So I knew that when the pressure was on, I was at my best. So that was my first sort of inkling that I wanted to be a performer. And then acting sort of came into play more as I was in grade school and doing plays. I would produce plays when people were at recess, and we'd go around to all the classrooms and perform. So we were doing things just on our own account, and I would do things at my grandma's house every Saturday. We'd go there. The whole family would come over. My sister and I would create sort of a show, and we'd charge admission and make everybody come downstairs and watch our show. So it was very young that I knew that I wanted to perform, and I was a little entrepreneur charging admission. I knew very early, and I didn't know that I wanted to make it a career probably until the end of high school when I was really getting feeling that drive of like, I'm going to go to California. I have to go here. I knew it was where I wanted to be. So I decided to study journalism because I thought that was a very practical thing to do, and I love interviewing people like you're doing and hearing their stories and sharing their stories. So my heart is definitely very much in journalism, but I've always just enjoyed acting and enveloping myself in a character and kind of disappearing into that. So it's sort of a happy balance between both. And then when I moved out here, I realized it's such a great big world in LA, and I could study acting. And so I've been in acting classes since I've been here, and it's just kind of led me down all these different paths. And I'm so grateful for, where God has taken me and where He's placed me, because I've been in so many different projects and involved in so many different things that I can't call myself one thing, which is great. I just think I'm an entertainer, and I enjoy inspiring and motivating people to live their dream.
Right. When I think about it, if we have to label it, I would consider you an artist, an entertainer, an entrepreneur, and an activist. You know what I mean? Like I like that. Yeah, you do. And you're so intentional too. Like, you're very intentional. Like when you say things and you do things, you're very purposeful. And so with that being said, you use your social media to spread and share a lot of positivity, encouragement, and empowerment from your life and inspiration. Have you always been a positive, optimistic, and joyful person?
Absolutely. I'm one of 7 children, and it was always, we didn't have, the most resources as kids. We grew up poor, and we made the most of any situation. We would be playing in the creek or outside in the front yard and just loving life and the simplicity of that. So I've always found beauty in simplicity. And that's something that was instilled in me in a very young age. So, yes, my whole family's like that. Everybody's just very joyful and positive, and just we're so grateful for what we have. And that's really just led into everything into my life, that I know that anything that happens to me is happening for a reason. And I think it was you that told me it's not happening to you, it's happening for you, which I think is so wonderful. And that's such a great little tidbit that I've always taken to heart and thought, even when times get tough, I've lost a sister, I've lost my dad, those are very monumental experiences in someone's life, but you have to get through that with strength and grace and know that there is a higher purpose happening, and we don't have to understand everything. We just need to be able to gracefully move through that and learn the lessons we're supposed to, and keep a smile on your face, because at the end of the day, we're all going through this together. Everybody's just trying to do life as best they can. So I think it's just much easier if we're easy on each other and ourselves.
Definitely, I agree. I see a caller that's on the line. After I finish, I want to let you know who's listening in, and I see you want to chat with us. After Amy's interview, we will bring you into the show, and so you will be able to, area code 912, we'll bring you into the show so you can ask her a question if you like, or chat with us on air. So what are you most proud of, Amy?
Wow, that is a good question. I think I'm most proud of a few things in my life. I mean, one, when I was 16 years old, I really wanted to have a car, and like any teenager does. And I mean, like I said, being one of 7 kids with not a very wealthy family at all. I mean, we were very modest means. I went to work and I paid, my grandfather co-signed for me, which was an amazing gift. And I paid him every week. I went and brought him the money and paid for a car at 16. So I'm very proud of that. That was my first sort of awareness that I could, whatever I wanted, I could get if I worked hard enough. And it just showed me what hard work will do. And if you sacrifice and really pay attention to that goal and focus on it, you can have it. And then I'm also really proud that, you know, I've inspired my little sister who's now living out here in LA with me. And she's just such a lovely young woman who you've met. Yeah, I'm very proud of her and the influence I think my life has had on her, and the way that I've lived my life has definitely bled into hers. And so that example that I've set, I'm very proud of that. And I think that's something that really means a lot to me, because she's the youngest and I'm by default the oldest because our oldest sister passed away. So it just means a lot to me that my example has influenced her in such a positive way.
And so tell us about a time when you wanted to quit, and how did you overcome that moment?
I love that question. I often ask people that on my podcast too, because I think it's so great. I'm kind of going through something like that right now. I'm no longer doing Dating Naked, which was, you know, not expected. So I'm dealing with it in the most positive way I can, and I know that God has some great plan for me. I really want to be acting, so I'm really focused on that. But it is a difficult time, so I'm really just focused on eye on the prize. This is it's a marathon, not a sprint. My focus is on the long term. I know that I'm in this for the long haul, and so that's always been my motto, is don't ever let a setback be a failure. There is no such thing as a failure. You're going to keep overcoming and just keep focused. Know deep inside that you are talented, that you are enough, that you are in exactly the right place, and that you will overcome anything. And so that's just what's gotten me through a lot of things. I've never wanted to quit, really, ever. There are times when I've doubted my abilities, but I know that that's just that's a lie that my brain is telling me. So I try to shut that off, and I pick myself up. I put on a happy song. I dance around, and I'm like, there I am. I'm back. I'm me. I'm happy-go-lucky myself. You know, we all fall into these patterns, but never give up. I know that I'm not, there is no expiration date on your dreams, ever. So it doesn't matter when it happens. I know that it will.
Yeah, that's so good. You know, and like I told you, I had a dream and vision of you. And I think I told you about this when I met you too, but I've been seeing it more and more over time, that, you know, you are going to be able to combine, because I feel like you have very specific dreams and things that have not, like what you see in your heart and your spirit, they have not been done before, and they're things that people can't maybe quite put into words, but you can put it into words, and you can see it and you can feel it. I see it and I feel it, and I know, like I told you, that God is opening up the right doors for you to bring those dreams and those visions in your heart to pass. And like we talk about, things are happening for you, and, you know, like a platform is being set up for you, doors are being opened. I see you literally like how people walk through a red carpet, but with literally open doors for those dreams and aspirations that are on your heart, where you're going to be able to combine art, you know, artistry, activism, and charitable work, and, you know, creativity and entrepreneurship, and all the things that you enjoy and want, you know what I mean? So I want to encourage you to keep moving forward and keep the attitude that you have, because I believe that we can only see what we believe, you know what I mean? And so it's like what is in your heart is sooner than later going to reflect in the natural. It has no choice but to happen. So it doesn't matter what challenges or anything that comes your way, it's going to come to pass. So I want to encourage you in that.
Well, thank you, my dear, and I believe that as well in my heart of hearts, that whatever you want, the universe also wants for you. It's in your heart for a reason. God doesn't plant these desires because he doesn't think we can accomplish them. They're there so that we can follow exactly our destiny that he has created for us. So I believe that. I believe what this fire is inside of me will come to fruition. And like I said, I don't know when, and I can't really put a timeline or an expiration date on that. It's going to happen when it happens, and I do feel like I'm cultivating. I'm in that time where, you know, sometimes we're reaping the benefits of our work, and sometimes we're sowing or planting seeds. I'm looking at this time right now as me planting seeds. So I know that the fruits of my labor will come at some point, I don't know when, but I'm being patient and waiting for that. And in the meantime, like you said, there's so many great people coming into my life, and it's just amazing to see the shift and all this good energy coming my way. So I 100% believe that, and I will never stop working and fighting until that happens.
That's so good. So what is the biggest misconception that people have about you?
Well, you know, I'm a blonde. I am very peppy, and some people think that that can mean I'm inaccessible, or I grew up, you know, like this wealthy valley girl. People definitely think I grew up in California, which is very funny. I'm not. I'm a very modest Midwest girl. I have a very big heart. People oftentimes think when I'm very smiley, I'm very cheerful, and people think that I'm fake, that this is an act. But it's not. I'm very genuine. I really am a very loyal and honest person. Yeah, but that's the one thing that people often think is like, nobody's that happy. It's got to be fake. You're totally putting that on, and that couldn't be further from the truth. And I definitely did not grow up in the lap of luxury, which is funny because in acting class we often do these exercises where the class you'll sit in a chair and everybody will yell out things that they think of you, what they see when they look at you, and that often comes up is that wealthy, snobby, well-to-do. I'm like, that is so weird that people look at me and see that, because it couldn't be further from the truth. Like, I grew up, like I said, I'm one of 7 children. We didn't have a lot of money. I grew up, I didn't have my own bedroom until I was 14, and so like, none of that's true. It's just really funny. Perception is so wrong sometimes, but when people meet me, they definitely get it. Wow, that was not what I thought at all. So I like that. I like surprising people.
The funny thing, too, is that people don't realize that a lot of times, like you said, perception is such an interesting thing, and whatever I believe about myself and people or what I believe about myself oftentimes will often be reflected in other people. You know what I mean? So, because like for me, I'm a joyful, encouraging person. This is natural to me. So when I see you, it's natural, and I don't think anything else of it. But people who are not used to that, and who may be more cynical or pessimistic in their attitude, they automatically think to themselves it can't be realistic. So oftentimes it's a reflection of how they view things and how they may view themselves. But it's like you said, it's just a perception. It's not always reality. So
that's true. And that often comes from a painful place for people, and that actually makes me sad. So I just wish everybody that joy in their hearts that you and I feel.
Exactly. It's possible, people. It's possible to live in joy.
It is possible.
So, how do you stay confident while working in industries that have been known to tear people down?
I just do me. I keep my blinders on. Someone gave me that advice very early on in my career. Racehorses wear blinders so they don't look at the horse next to them. And that was like, it gives me chills even saying that, because I think it's just wonderful advice. You don't need to know what's happening next to you. It doesn't matter who's booking what. You need to just keep your eye on the prize and keep your spirit happy. So I do things that bring me joy, whether it's I love auditioning, I love acting, but I've been through, 18 auditions in the last 3 weeks, and I don't know if I've gotten any results out of that. Doesn't matter, though, because I know I'm doing good work. I believe in my own abilities, and I'm doing things outside of that make me happy. I think it's just really important to take a refresher, go on hikes, go to meditation, go to church, do whatever speaks to your soul, because at the end of the day, you have to be a fully formed, happy individual on the inside despite career. Because in spite of it all, I love this city. I love the people I'm surrounded by. I love my friends. And that's everything to me. Career is great, and I want it, and I love it, and I'm so excited for it, and I'm so grateful for it. But at the end of the day, it's not everything. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I have 4 limbs. I have legs that I can use. I have eyesight. It's just the little things. We really have to step back sometimes and just go, I'm alive. I'm breathing. I can easily get out of this chair and walk if I want to. And those are things we often take for granted. So I'm just constantly counting my blessings and just really being grateful for every single moment in my life.
I think that's huge, because that helps you to keep your sanity in this crazy industry. You know what I mean? It's like,
exactly.
I don't think people are born crazy. I don't think people want to be crazy, but it's the certain aspects of the industry themselves is what can make people crazy. So I feel like you've been able to, and I don't know if it's because your success has happened gradually. I don't know if it's just because of your upbringing, because of your spirituality. It could be a combination of everything, but I feel like you were able to stay fully grounded and secure in who you are. Like I told you, like for example, you hosted Dating Naked. That's not a show that I would typically watch, but I support the show for you, and I felt like it was important for you to be on a show like that and that kind of platform because you were able to show your face, show your humility, show just who you are as a fun, amazing person in that type of environment, but you were still 100% yourself. You know what I mean? And so I think that is huge to be able to see that in the industry. That's huge. And it's like, and you were able to.
I think integrity is everything, really.
Yeah.
You have to stay true to yourself, and you have to stay, even a show like that. And honestly, when I was first approached by it, I was a little leery. I was like, I don't know what this is, and it seems a little risque. But then the more and more I dove into it, I was really excited about the concept of people feeling comfortable in their own skin. And that's what I really latched onto, is that this is a positive message, and I'm going to find the positive in anything. It's always like finding the silver lining. And I think that's with anything. If I go into an audition and I don't book the job, at least I got the audition. There are so many people fighting to just get in a room, and I'm getting in the rooms. So you just got to look at every little thing as a success and be grateful for that and know that it's a win. It's a win. It's a win. And never doubt yourself. Never let anything negative or seemingly negative, because it's not necessary. Just because you don't get the job doesn't mean they didn't like you. I know in several occasions people have told me, you were the best, that was such a great audition, and I don't get it. So it doesn't even matter if you're the best. There's so many factors involved. Maybe they wanted a brunette. Maybe they wanted an African-American. Maybe they wanted a guy. You never know. Right. So we can drive ourselves crazy over these decisions, or we can just go, you know what, it wasn't for me, and they're going to call me in for something else. So you just got to stay resilient, stay positive, and, again, have interests outside of this crazy career, because that makes you a fully formed human being.
That's so good. So please tell us about your current projects and what you're working on.
Well, I have a couple movies coming out this year that I'm super excited about. One is called Freshwater. They have an alternative title that's coming out in Germany in May. It's called like Lake. Oh God, I should have known this before I called. It's coming out in Europe and Germany in early May, and then it'll be out in the States later this year. Freshwater. It's a thriller. I'm really excited about it. There's another one called The Thinning, which is also a thriller, and that stars Logan Paul, who's very famous on Vine, and he's a wonderful actor, and this beautiful girl named Peyton List. They're the two stars of that, and I have a really fun role in that as well. And then currently I'm working on my podcast, Tell Me Something Good, which we talked about you on the episode I just posted today, because you shared some really good news with us, and we shared your good news. So that I'm actually pitching around town as a TV show, and it's gotten some really great response, and I'm really working hard on putting a very solid pitch together. We have some great interest, and let's keep our fingers crossed and our hands in prayer for that to happen, because I really would love to see that on the air, some positive news daily, so that people can really digest that. And that's what I'm focusing on currently, in addition to I've got a lot of other things happening with voiceover work, and then pilot season. I'm here, so I'm auditioning a lot, and I think something really great is going to come right around the corner. So just staying very busy, and I do a sketch comedy show at Improv Olympic here in Los Angeles once a month. It's called the Mon Ami Melange with my dear friend Mona. We produce and write sketches, and we perform stand-up, and it's got some fun video elements. So we're just doing so much creative work. I'm in a very creative space, and it feels really good.
Good. That is my girl, Amy Paffrath. Okay, we have a caller who's been waiting patiently. Area code 912224. Area code 912224. It looks like you want to come into the show and ask Amy a question. I'm going to bring you in as we wrap up her time on the show. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going? Sade Champagne. This is Dawn Duchess, calling from Alabama. I just wanted to shout you out. I'm really enjoying the show tonight. I wanted to give some love to your guest, Amy.
Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in and listening to the show.
Of course, and I've really been enjoying it, and shout out to Amy. You're just keep the positive energy going. I had a question, but you actually already answered it about, keeping positive and just staying focused on you. I'm an indie artist myself, trying to make it in hip-hop, and sometimes it can be really discouraging, especially being a woman in this business. But, keep your energy going, because you're definitely inspiring other people, and I wish you the best of luck, Amy.
Well, thank you, and same to you. And all I can say is, don't have a backup plan. Keep going, because if you have that in your heart, it's there for a reason. Keep pushing, no matter what people tell you. you know who you are and you know your strengths, and you don't need anybody to validate that, right? Like, we don't. We just need ourselves and our Lord above, and that's it. We know who we are. Nobody else outside needs to influence who we are. So I am surprised, and just stay true to yourself, keep your integrity, and help people along the way. So many people helped me, and I'm the same. I want to give back to anybody that needs a helping hand or advice or anything. Like, give, because the more you give, the more it comes back, and it just feels good, honestly. Like, we all have something that we can do to bless somebody else. So I just think that's everything. It's just having a mentor or being a mentor.
And I want to encourage you too, like, that even though, yes, people do talk about that it's challenging to be a female, hip hop artist, I feel like it's also an opportunity for you to do something different. Like, it's an opportunity, and instead of allowing it to be just focused on the challenges like we talked about, focus on what you can be able to bring that's different than what's out these days. Because all it takes is literally sometimes one happen chance, of an interaction with someone. You don't know who's paying attention to what you're doing. You don't know, what doors are going to be open for you. But I believe you being authentically yourself, and even just talking to you, we can tell you have such a great vibe, and you're just so positive and just so chill, that I believe that will help to open all the right doors for you. You being yourself is the best thing that you can do. And I feel like even though people say it's tough, we need more female hip-hop artists. You don't see enough. You know what I mean? And so I feel like on the other hand, it's a huge wide open space because there's not enough people who are doing it, or at least that we can see that are doing it. So.
Right. Well, thanks for the motivation. And don't forget to shout that podcast out again, because I'll definitely be tuning into your show and listening in also.
Oh, yes, great. Thank you. It's called Tell Me Something Good. It's on iTunes and Podbean. And, yes, Sade's right. You are doing something different. So add your unique voice to that mix, and just authentically you is the only way to go. And, yeah, you're doing something special. So keep at it, and I can't wait to hear your hit single drop, and we will be totally promoting you. And love it. So thank you for the encouragement for us as well.
Hey, yes, well, thank you. Keep doing your thing.
Thank you.
Same to you, girl.
I love playing up-and-coming artists on my show. Like you saw, I just featured Lauren Braganza, and she's starting to do big things, too. She's been told no a lot as well, but we keep pushing forward. So stay on the show. I have one of my commercials that's playing. It has my email address. Send me some of your music, or if you follow me on social media, send me some things, and we can definitely stay in touch, and I want to support you. And so I want to thank you for calling in. Keep listening to the show. We have our interview with Jim Dre up next, and I'm super stoked about this because, ladies always have tons of questions about guys and relationships, and he's phenomenal. So I want to thank you for calling in. And, Amy, I want to thank you for for being on the Sade Champagne show tonight. If you can share with everyone, please, how they can stay updated with you on social media.
Yes, it is just Amy Paffrath across the board, AMYPAFFRATH. And my podcast, which is on iTunes and Podbean, is called Tell Me Something Good.
Awesome. Well, thank you to Amy Paffrath. I love you, girl. We'll definitely be in touch.
I love you, girl. Thank you.
And you have a great rest of the night.
You too, babe. Bye.
All right, so we're going to get ready right now with our special guest interview with Jim Dre Westbrook. He is also affectionately known as the Worth the Wait guy. He's a 32-year-old virgin and entrepreneur who resides in Las Vegas, where he is the co-owner and spokesperson for the lifestyle clothing brand Live at Your Own Pace. He has been tirelessly spreading his messages of living at your own pace, entrepreneurship, and faith on his blog site, worththewaitguy.com. Recently, he has appeared on the Steve Harvey's TV talk show for a segment on virgin dating, the Tom Joyner Morning Show, and he's been featured on Essence, Ebony, Jet, Exo Nicole, and Black Enterprise's websites. Additionally, Westbrook serves as a guest blogger for the Huffington Post and regularly speaks to youth and groups about his journey and achieving personal success. This past summer, Westbrook launched the bi-monthly podcast series, Living at Your Own Pace, which spotlights fellow entrepreneurs as well as offers real-world advice tips on how to make your dreams come true. Jim Dre will be answering a few of your questions live on air after his interview. You can ask him anything about relationships, dating, being abstinent, love, and more. Call 323-693-3043 to chat on air with Jim Dre and ask him questions. Once again, that's 323-693-3043, and make sure you press 1 so we can bring you on air. Hi, Jim Dre. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, Amy. I'm doing good. How are you doing?
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. 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 I'm doing good.
I think we got him in the studio. Hi, Jim Dre. How are you doing tonight? Want to make sure we got you into the show. I think we're having a little bit of technical tease. Jim Dre, are you there?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Awesome. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. I was trying to do it with my headphones, but I'm just gonna have to use the handheld. It's okay. I'm great. So.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you for being a special guest on the Sade Champagne show. When I saw you on Roland Martin's News One Now, which is one of my favorite shows, I was like, I have got to have him on the show.
Oh, thank you. I'm very, very humbled and honored to be on your show, and so glad we were able to make it happen.
Definitely. I know you're a busy guy, too, and so I'm glad we were able to, combine the schedules together.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
So where did you live in Vegas now. What brought you to Vegas, and are you originally from there?
Yes, so in terms of, I reside here in Las Vegas. I've been here for 8 years, but no, I am not a native from Las Vegas. I'm originally from Saginaw, Michigan. Shout out to Saginaw, Sag Nasty, for those people who know anything about Michigan. So yeah, I'm from the birthplace of Stevie Wonder, Serena Williams, and Draymond Green plays for the Golden State Warriors. So I'm a Midwest guy.
Okay, cool. And what brought you out to Vegas?
Yes, I'm an entrepreneur, and as you read in the bio, I'm spokesperson and owner of Live at Your Own Taste Clothing, Layout for short. And born and raised in Michigan. Michigan is a great state, but around about 2007, you had a lot of the automotive industry crash, so there weren't just a lot of jobs. Just recently graduated from the University of Michigan, and I, wanted something more to life. So we made an executive decision within the company to move away from the state of Michigan, and we thought about a few different choices. We thought about going east or west because we are a clothing brand, and that's where a lot of the fashion industry does business. However, we couldn't afford New York or LA. So as a joke, someone said, let's just move to Las Vegas. And after a serious consideration, it made business sense to move to Las Vegas because the Magic Fashion Trade Show was there the year. We were already going. It was a West Coast city, so it was close to California, and we felt that LA would probably be natural progression. So definitely wasn't my first choice personally, but it made sense for the business.
Yeah, that's really cool. So share with everyone your story and how you came up with the Live at Your Own Taste, a.k.a. Layup brand.
Sure. Well, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Ever since I was 16, I felt that I could do something that I saw growing up. People like Russell Simmons, Jay-Z, Diddy, these were people that looked like me, talked like me, were from similar backgrounds, and they were doing it. They just weren't, young and black. They were young, black, and successful. So it was very important for me to see that where it was like, you know what, this is attainable. Like, I can do this. I was a fashionable guy. I got a fashion sense from my dad, and it was like, I really want to do this. But my parents were college professors. So they really, didn't see my dream, and they didn't see, what I really wanted to do because education was everything to them. And it was to me too, but I really knew that I wanted to become an entrepreneur. So fast forward the story, I see that dream. I go to college, and I'm making things work. And I had a friend, his name was Dre as well, who had a line. At this time, it was called Simple and Plain, but the motto was always live at your own taste. So by the time I was graduating from U of M, I sat down with Dre and let him know that, man, I've been grinding. I've been an unpaid intern. Like, I want more to this company. Like, this company just isn't a T-shirt company. It's a lifestyle. It's a philosophy. And I feel that, like, one day this could be $1 million, thing that you have here because it's more than just the clothes. It is a whole lifestyle. So we were able to switch our name from Simple and Plain to Live at Your Own Pace Clothing. And since then, it's been a dream come true. I've been able to live out my dream for the last 10 years and be committed to layout. So that's kind of how I was able to become an entrepreneur by the grace of God and Andre Thomas believing in me. And that's how layout still is functioning today.
Wow, that's so cool. And I think it's amazing, too, because you combine your spirituality and your faith with your entrepreneurship, and it's just all a part of your lifestyle, because, with a part of your bio, and I know one of the things that has helped to, make you even more well-known is the fact that you are 32 years old and you're a virgin. And I think what's really interesting about it, when I saw you on the show, I was like, oh, my gosh, she's so cool, too, because, with movies and a lot of things, either whether it be social media or society, they always make it seem like people who decide to move slower in certain areas of their life or who make different choices, they always make us feel like you're square, you're weird, you're like socially awkward. And the first about you is that you just have so much, I'm going to use the word swag because that word's like old, but we're just going to say you have so much style and you just, you know what I mean? Like you just are so like, like I'm trying to find a word, but you get what I'm trying to say. And so I thought that was one of the things that was really cool about you. And do you feel like that's something you want to share within your story and even within your brand and your lifestyle?
Yes, and thank you, for the compliment. Yes, that's one of the things that I definitely want to let people know, that be you. It's okay to embrace your individuality. And that's the whole thing about the whole live at your own pace movement. And the same thing with me being worth the wait guy. I want people to know that, yes, I am a virgin. Yes, I'm celibate. But like you said, I'm not a square. I'm not a lame. Like I'm not whack. Like virginity doesn't have the stigma to say you're a quote unquote loser. And I want people to know that, like, you can be yourself. You can be cool. Like, you can be the person you're meant to be on this planet and still practice abstinence, still practice celibacy, be a virgin, be whoever you want to be in life. And I think that I've had success reaching people because of that, because, I'm authentic. I'm real. Like, I may not look whatever a virgin is supposed to look like, like I may, have tattoos. I may, have, life experience and have been successful, within my businesses. But, I owe all of that to my parents and to God. Like, without them, I wouldn't be anything. Like, my parents did a great job raising myself and my younger sister and letting us know very early that it's okay to be you. You don't have to be a copycat of what society wants you to be. You don't have to do everything that your friends do in school. So from the time I had that conversation with my mom about, hey, I want to wait, till now, like, I've been able to remain Jim Dre. I've been able to remain Dre. And, yeah, that's definitely a point of my story that I want people to know, that just because I'm a virgin doesn't mean, I can't be cool, or I don't, or I'm not cool, or I don't know how to talk to a woman and hold a conversation. So I thank you for being able to recognize that.
Yeah, I think it's, it's huge because I feel like, and as an African-American man, obviously just as a man, period, but, also as an African-American man, that's not oftentimes perpetuated who you are in the media. And I think it's huge and important. Like, we want to hear, you know what I mean? We want to see more of that. I think it's huge because there's always, one image of African-American men that we see in the media, and it's not who you are. And I think it's important for people to know, like you said, you can make a different choice. And so what you already said, that you feel like your faith in God is what empowers you to live at your own pace.
Yes, and like I said, he's everything. He's definitely my everything, and he's the reason why, I've been blessed to have such an international platform, such as being able to share my story and let people know about the Worth the Way Guy movement and how everyone can live life at your own pace. It's definitely special where, like you say, being, a man in today's society and being, a black man, you can see that we're all not just doing one thing. Like, we're all just not having sex with everyone. We're all just not committing crimes in jail cells. Like, we are doing great things in the earth. We are doing, being positive, being like, I used to work for the basketball team at Michigan, and one of my coaches, the head coach, Coach Amaker, would say, he would want the players to be a solid citizen in the locker room. So, you have a lot of brothers out here doing solid things, and they're doing, great positive things for the community. So I like to just think that I'm not doing anything special, but I'm just playing my part.
It's
I'm
normal.
One of the good guys. And, I feel that that's why God has placed me here on this earth, and I just want to carry that out.
That's so good. And you're showing that it's normal, you know what I mean? And so that's huge. Instead of, like, things like Amy and I were talking about, during her interview, being joyful and positive to us, being encouraging, that's normal. And so we're not going to treat it any differently just because to other people things may be different. We're going to get ready to go into a song break, everyone. And then Jim Dre is going to answer your questions. I've already got some callers on the line, and I have some questions from my Facebook page. So we're going to answer that. You can ask him anything about relationships, dating, being abstinent, love, and more. Call in now at 323-693-3043 to chat on air with Jim Dre and ask him questions after this song. Once again, that's 323-693-3043, and make sure you press 1. We're also going to be taking your questions from Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well. So if you want to tweet either me or Jim Dre, or you want to Facebook us, you want to email, want to anything, message us anyhow, DM us on Instagram, we will answer the questions for you. So right now we have Drew Seeley's Battle Lines. Keep listening to the Sade Champagne Show on GrindHard Radio. We're taking your questions right after this.
Are you looking for a dynamic musical artist, performer, host, or inspirational speaker for your next event? What about a mentor, vocal instructor, or workshop leader for your school, company, or seminar? Contact Sade Champagne for countless professional services that are sure to fit your particular need. She is an in-demand, award-winning, and critically acclaimed musical artist, performer, inspirational speaker, and entrepreneur who is invited all around the world. She is known for having a powerful voice, turning ideas into action, creating, directing, and executive producing popular, charitable, and inspirational events, and bringing out the gold in others. Her services are for all ages, backgrounds, and environments. Contact Sade Champagne at SadeChampagneMusic@gmail.com. That's spelled SadeChampagneMusic@gmail.com. Sade Champagne Music@gmail.com to book her for your next event or project.
This is Tanya Chisholm from the Tan Candy Style segment, and you're listening to the Sade Champagne Show on GrindHard Radio.
Welcome back to the Sade Champagne Show on GrindHard Radio. I'm here with Jim Dre Westbrook, a.k.a. the Worth the Wait guy. He is a 32-year-old virgin entrepreneur who resides in Las Vegas, where he is the co-owner and spokesperson for the lifestyle clothing brand Layop, a.k.a. Live at Your Own Pace. Recently, he's appeared on the Steve Harvey Show, Tom Joyner Morning Show. He's been featured on several magazines, including Essence, Ebony, and Black Enterprise websites. We want to answer your questions right now for Jim Dre live on air. You can ask him anything about relationships, dating, being abstinent, love, and more. Call 323-693-3043 and press 1 to chat with Jim Dre. Once again, that's 323-693-3043 and press 1 to chat with Jim Dre. We'll also be answering your questions from Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All right, so first up, Jim Dre, we have a question from Facebook. I think she wants to keep it anonymous. And so she asked, she said, does he have marital advice? How do you survive a marriage when the man has no passion for anything but mostly no passion in the relationship. He has no emotional needs other than sex. The rest of the day has little interaction, not even a lot of effort before sex. Also, he's always looking at other women.
Well, you said a lot there.
I know.
So I think I would want to know more information. I don't know if we have time or have the access to know more, but I would like to know, I guess, more about him in terms of, we know that he doesn't have, I guess, a lot of motivations to do anything else but to have sex. But where's he at when it comes to his career? Like, does he have what type of job or work does he do? I think if I had that, I could, go a different angle. But I would say to the woman is, I'm sure that puts her in a very, very tough spot. I feel that she probably feels that, it's like quicksand, and she, can't, get up to the surface level because he's always, there's no motivation. And I know that's a tough spot of being in a relationship with someone who isn't your equal, or with someone who can't provide the type of love, the type of support, the type of nurturing that you need, especially as a woman. So the one thing that I would do, which I'm sure she's probably doing, is continue to pray. I know that with prayer, that can keep her relationship with God very strong, but then also pray for him. This may be a man who may not have a relationship with God. This may be a man who has a relationship with God, but may not 100% trust God, that he will deliver the things that he needs in life. So I definitely think that prayer would be the first thing that I would do, pray for her situation and his situation individually, also collectively, and then, to try to talk to this guy. Maybe it's some counseling, maybe she can't do the things herself, but bring it in to say, hey, this is where I stand as a woman, this is what I see between us, and really get some type of conversation going on, because it continues that way, it may go down a path, or continue to go down a path that is not positive, and that can start negatively affecting her life as well.
That's good. That's really good. And I agree with what you said. That's huge, because like you said, you want to know more about him and why it is that he doesn't seem to have any motivation in other areas too, because of course that will affect a marriage and a relationship. So we have a caller on the line. I'm going to bring them into the show, and we can answer your question or hear your comments. This is area code 619-372, area code 619, and then 372. We're bringing you into the Sade Champagne Show. Hi,
hey,
how are you?
Hey, Sade, this is Miss Blue. How you doing?
Oh, hi, Miss Blue. How are you?
Sleepy.
Thanks for calling into the show tonight.
Oh, no worries. I finally was able to catch it. I always be sidetracked. But yeah, I just called to show my love and support. I have love for you.
Thank you. Do you have a question for Jim Dre about relationships, love, sex, any of those things?
Actually, I just tuned in, so I heard a little bit of what was being said. But actually, I might have one. See, okay, I have a friend that, she's my best friend, and, she was in a bad relationship with, her children's father. And what happened is, she went out to go visit him, and along with their kids or whatnot, but they're not together, but he's with somebody else. And so that lady got kind of aggravated and mad, and so she left back to Atlanta. So I want to know, me being her best friend, I wanted to get some type of advice, because I don't want to sound like I'm being rude or disrespectful. And he's like, supposedly he's changed, but he's, to me, in my eyes, I feel like he's not it for her, and I think he's just filling her head with a bunch of lies. So, I don't know. And then
gotcha.
he wants to, and then on top of that, he wants, because they're not together, but she wanted me to, or he had her ask me if I can come out there to go help with their children, but the mom is not staying there. She lives in Atlanta, but he's made passes at me before, and it caused a friction between me and my best friend. But I guess she's kind of over it or whatever. But I feel like he's doing it deliberately to make her mad by me being out there, and I guess being an in-home sitter for my godkids. But I don't trust that.
Gotcha. I see. Well, thank you for calling and sharing that with us. This is a loaded situation. I see that you have a lot going on, and with you kind of being in the middle and being partial because you have your friend and, like you said, you're the godmother to the kids, which, the father has, somewhat of a relationship with you. In that role, I could see it both ways. I could see how it can be a bit of a conflict for you as a godmother and as a friend to want to be there for your friend, and that's natural. She's your homegirl. This is somebody that you care about, and you don't want to see her, down. You don't want to see her being played, and you can kind of see, what this guy is doing, but it doesn't seem that she sees the same thing, or if she sees it, she doesn't really want to see it or doesn't know how to decipher the real from the fake. And I think you being the friend, you can kind of, see that this relationship may not be the best thing for her based off of prior experiences, based off of things that may have went wrong. So I think that you can view that situation in that relationship a little clearer than she can, because your emotions and your feelings aren't invested in it like hers. And I would also say, for my man and his intentions, I guess we don't necessarily know what they are when it comes to him wanting you to help out, this and that. I like to think that, there isn't any ulterior motive behind that. If he needs help, he just needs help. But, I could see how, that could look a certain way. But if you felt that that was something that I guess you needed to do for the kids and he couldn't get any help from anyone else, then I think that would be a judgment call that you would have to make and, only be there for the kids. I'm sure that, he's cool and, let's hope that, he's really not a bad guy. But at the end of the day, it would be about the kids, and it would definitely be, to have the best interest of your friend, which I'm sure you already do. But that would be how I would, I guess, approach that. Be there for your friend, to still be that good friend. But if the kids did need some assistance and your help, and there was nobody else there, I guess that you would probably have to step in.
Right. Yeah, because, I had told her, I was like, when she first brought it up to me, I was like, no, not happening, because I don't trust him at all. And then, and then she went ahead and asked me again, because he told her to ask me again. But my thing is, he has money to go find somebody to do that, and I feel like it's a setup to me. Coming from him. So I'm like, no, I don't trust him.
Right.
I'm
like,
you have all the money. You have all the money in the world.
We're going to have to start wrapping up. I don't want to stop you, but we are going to bring Jim Dre back so we can do a full, hour of just relationship talk and to be able to answer questions and see things from a guy's perspective. I want to thank you for calling in and for supporting the show. You are so amazing. And tonight, everyone, I want to thank you, everyone who tuned in. You are phenomenal. Every single person. Thank you for downloading and subscribing and sharing my radio show. I want to make sure you guys check out Jim Dre at worththewaitguy.com. That's your website, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so make sure you guys check that out. And as we wrap up tonight's episode of the Sade Champagne Show, thanks to GrindHard Radio for the opportunity to create my own radio show. Thank you to Travis Miller for creating and producing my theme song, and Scott Swish for mixing the song. Thanks to my guests, Amy Paffrath, Jim Dre Westbrook, and Lauren Braganza. I had such a great time with you, Jim Dre, and I can't wait till we bring you back into the show. I hope you have a great rest of the night. Thanks to my castmates, Veronica Escobar-Winters. I appreciate everyone who called in. Next week, our special guests are award-winning Armenian pop star Eleni, pop star Adam Whittington, and Young Artist Award nominee Lacey K. Also, we have a new Living with Fearless Joy segment with Rick and Melissa Wood, and a new Motivational Moments with Lisa Lee Walt segment. And we'll be reading your fan mail. Our final song of the night is Joel Piper featuring Travis Miller, Home. Thanks for listening to the Sade Champagne Show, and see you next Wednesday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific, right here on GrindHard Radio.
Where dreamers dream, where dreams come true. There's no limit to what we can do. Turning no's to yes, leaving doubt behind, releasing the stress. We were born to shine.